Welcome to the CHCH Newsmakers podcast. I'm your host, Rick Zamperin. If it's making news in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara, across this country, or around the world, rest assured, we're going to tackle it here on Newsmakers. Nearly 40 years after it first opened, Hamilton's downtown arena is undergoing its biggest makeover ever. From Old Cops Coliseum to First Ontario Centre, the excitement is building for the opening later on this year of the new TD Coliseum. Joining us on the Newsmakers podcast, Nick DeLuco, the Senior VP and General Manager at TD Coliseum. Nick, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Exactly 3 months from today, I think it is, we are going to have Sir Paul McCartney opening up the new TD Coliseum. Is the arena ready?
It is not ready yet, but it definitely will be by November 21st. The plan is to have occupancy on the 14th of November. The construction guys are moving at a rapid pace. They're comfortable with that. We actually moved it up a few weeks to get Paul here. So on time, on budget, on schedule, a great team, and it'll be ready to go.
How did a kid from Sault Ste. Marie become the Senior VP and GM of what's expected to be an integral component to Hamilton's downtown revitalization?
Yeah, funny story. I went to school at Brock, took sport management, took my first internship back in Sault Ste. Marie when we were building our arena in 05, 06, and we had about 3 or 4 staff, and I got to kind of touch every part of the arena world. So I fell in love with it, took the only job I could in Mississauga out of school, and then kind of jumped from Kingston to Moncton over to Edmonton, and fell in love with the booking process and running venues, and this opportunity presented itself, and I truly feel this venue is, world-class and will transform live entertainment in this country, so it's a great opportunity.
In those early days, what did you learn about yourself and how you fit into this industry?
I learned that I could not do a desk job, a 9-to-5 job. I needed something crazy. I needed something new and interesting every day, and this provides that, whether it's a private event, whether it's a concert for 13,000 people. Every day is new. Every challenge is different. And you get to work with some amazing people, not just the artists and the professionals, but the people in this industry are truly unique, different, and special. It's a unique breed to work in live entertainment and live events. So, hardworking, passionate people. And
it's certainly paying off. In 2021, you got called up to the show, so to speak, working with the Edmonton Oilers and that amazing franchise. What was that jump like from the OHL to the National Hockey League?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's revenue driven. A lot of the stuff you do in the NHL, I mean, ownership is different and everything is a different level. Like it's pro hockey, and in Edmonton you had Connor McDavid and everybody lived and died by the Oilers. We had one of the nicest venues in the country, honestly. What they did downtown with the Ice District and how they built that up. Completely different world. Pro sports is different in so many ways, but just a great learning experience and a great opportunity for me to develop, grow my career, and like I said, always work with amazing people.
What attracted you to Hamilton? I mean, Edmonton, it's the National Hockey League. It's a phenomenal ownership. The whole district's, exploding. It's got a great venue, as you mentioned. What brought you here?
I love the general management component of what I do. So in Edmonton, I was more on the live events. So everything with the Ice District, all the concerts and events were kind of in my portfolio. The opportunity to come back and oversee a venue holistically, and one that I truly believe is, not only phenomenal for Hamilton, but the entire country. It was just a great opportunity. And I've known with Oakview Group and Tim and Francesca and Tom and Live Nation, our partners, Riley O'Connor, Eric Hoffman, Wayne. I've worked with all these guys from the start of my career. So talking to them and seeing the excitement that was around this venue and the opportunities that existed and what we could do, it was a no-brainer for me to take this chance.
What did you know about Hamilton before you got here?
Definitely hit Hess Street a few times when I was at Brock to meet a few friends of mine. Saw a few Bulldogs games. I wasn't here a ton, but I've been around it, and I was in the area for 4 years before going to Kingston too. So knew of the venue, knew of the city, learning a lot still too.
When you first saw the TD Coliseum plan, this massive, nearly $300 million renovation, what came to mind?
Wow. It's crazy when you build a new venue. You're up into the $700, $800, $900, billion if you want a real big new venue. So the fact that we could keep the venue, strip it down, put $300 million into it, and essentially get a brand new venue. We saw the floor suites for the first time, the new concourse that we're adding that was never there. It's crazy when I saw everybody, and when I was even at events, everybody from upstairs would come down to one concourse and everybody from downstairs would go up, which was just flabbergasting to me, traffic flow and how that all worked. But, the things they're doing, like I said, the suites, the concourse, the added food and beverage areas, the different premium locations, like they truly created a brand new venue from what we had, and what they were able to do with that $300 million is just, it was crazy. So super excited about all of it.
From the blueprints and the renderings to now seeing it come to life as construction is still continuing, what has it been like being there and seeing this thing take shape?
So we go in, I would say, I try to get in every week, but it's more like every 2 or 3 weeks. And you go in and you just see noticeable changes. Like, it was the premium spaces being built out. The suites now have glazing on them, and the finishings are being in, the flooring's being installed. So you see these changes gradually, and it's like you walk in right now and you're like, how are you going to be here on November 21st? But you believe in the process. Everybody knows what they're doing, and we truly do work with the best people in this company and in this industry. The venues we've built on the owned and operated side, whether it's Co-op Live in Manchester or Moody Centre or all the other 7 that we've done so far, world class, and this will be nothing short of that as well.
What do you think people are going to say once they get into this arena? Because there's been, so much history with this venue, from Canada Cup in '87 to World Juniors to Bulldogs, both AHL, OHL. The Toronto Rock was there, Hamilton Honey Badger, like you name it. It was a venue that made a lot of memories. What do you think people are going to say when they walk in there for the first time?
I think from what I've caught is there's some skepticism about things actually happening. I think we've talked about changes in that venue for a long time, and I think they haven't always come to fruition. I think when people walk into this building for the first time, they're going to be absolutely shocked at what's been done. We've had people that have been in that building for 30 or 40 years have no idea where they are when they're standing on the concourses. The changes are so transformational, which is a word I say all the time, so catch me if I say it too often.
That's okay.
I honestly think they're going to be shocked when they see what this venue has become from what it was, and the level of service that we're going to provide, and the entertainment and events that we're going to bring. I hope everybody in Hamilton is proud of what they have, and we just want to be a part of that.
I mentioned the price tag earlier, and this is, upwards of $300 million. That's double the price of Hamilton Stadium, the home of the Tiger Cats and Forge FC, which is about $155 million. What do you think the potential of TD Coliseum is going to be?
I think it will be one of the, if not the best, live entertainment venue in this country. And I think it has the potential to leave a mark on the industry as a whole. I think there's some really transformational and new things, the suites, some innovative premium areas that we're adding that nobody else has. And I think we've taken some risks in doing that, but I think there's opportunities there to be truly different. And as long as the market supports the events we're bringing and we sell tickets, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for everybody. But I think we have the venue and the ability to truly change the game. And I think it's going to be, for Hamilton as a whole, the downtown development, it's a huge catalyst for that and for growth down there.
When you say as long as the market supports the product that's coming in, what does that mean?
Just, we're going to bring events. Our goal is to bring as many events as possible. We got to sell tickets too. I mean, we have to show that we're a market that buys tickets and wants entertainment, and that's a big piece of the success of everybody. So, we know the market, we know the demographics, we know what works. We're going to take some risks too. Like, we're going to do different genres, and we're going to be diverse. So the more diverse, the more opportunities we have, the more tickets we sell. Again, it's a win for everybody.
Is part of the potential as well, maybe not convincing, but showing people that downtown is a safe and vibrant place to be? Because there is, some talk in the community where, when crime happens and it happens downtown, a lot of people say, I don't want to go downtown. Is part of this rejuvenation kind of enticing people to say, hey, it's not only okay in terms of safety, but it's going to be a fun place to be? Yeah,
it is. And I mean, the goal obviously for us is well over 100 events a year, and we want to bring as many people down there as possible. And we want to give them an environment that is safe and friendly and somewhere you can bring your family to. And I did this in Moncton and Kingston, were 2 venues that were built downtown, and there was always naysayers and there was always concerns. And, they started and they became catalysts for growth in downtown and the development and bars and restaurants and shops. We see this the same way. Like, I think this venue is going to bring hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people down to our events. And, people are going to want to be a part of downtown. We're going to want to put your restaurants and shops there. And, if we're the first ones to jump in for that, all in, let's make it happen. I mean, we've committed $300 million. We're not going anywhere. We want to be a part of the city. We're here for the long term. Let's figure it out and let's make it good for everybody.
When it comes to dollars and cents, have you calculated a guesstimate in terms of economic impact that this new revitalized venue is going to
That's a great question. I have not myself, but it's going to be positive. So
it's going to be a large number. Yes, for sure.
It's going to be positive. Like I said, if we can bring in the events we want to bring in and the people that we expect to bring in, I think the rest takes care of itself.
How far in advance, because we have Sir Paul McCartney coming in, towards the end of November, Andrea Bocelli, a couple of weeks after that. How far in advance do you book these kind of internationally, globally recognized acts?
Yeah, McCartney's a bit different. I mean, there's a lot of involvement. Whenever you open a venue, Tim is heavily involved. Tim Lewicki is heavily involved in that stuff too. So that one was a longer stretch, but generally speaking, it's 4 to 6 months. You have an idea of you're putting holds in for shows, and then you're routing it, and then you typically confirm and put them on sale. I would say 4 months or so out. But right. McCartney was definitely one that was talked about for a long time, and Tim and our OVG team and everyone was involved in that, and there was a lot of conversations to make it happen. So same thing with Bocelli. We were involved in that one for a while. So a while for the new ones, but generally speaking, 4 to 6 months is probably your window.
Is that process, or that chase, if I can call it that, does that get you amped? Does that get you excited about the possibilities?
Yeah, I mean, that was my life. We now have a great booker that, I try to stay out of her way as much as possible, but I love that side of it. But yeah, I mean, some of the best feelings in the world when you're in this venue or entertainment industry is bringing shows that people don't expect you to bring to a market. So, with the new opportunity with the venue, showcasing it, pitching artists and agents and clients, that's the sexy side of it. That's the fun part. So yeah, it's exciting. Big shows are always great for everybody. Love them.
We have in this entertainment ecosystem, TD Coliseum that's opening up later this year. Rogers Stadium has opened up in Toronto. We have Scotiabank Arena in Toronto as well, Budweiser Stage. How do you compete with those venues, or how do you thrive with those other venues in this ecosystem? Yeah,
I mean, I think you're going to compete every now and again. Scotiabank Arena in Toronto is really our biggest equal, I would say, but they also have 2 professional teams that occupy 82 home dates a year. So getting into that venue for doubles or triples on major shows is not the easiest thing in the world. So I think, sometimes we might be competing, but sometimes we might be complementary. And if you can do 2 in Toronto and 1 in Hamilton, we'll take that all day. That's part of the process with us. So, we wanted to build this venue to be special and different, and there's nothing, an artist experience in our back of house and how we transform that will be truly different and will be a game changer in a lot of ways. So if we can get them to our venue, if we can sell tickets, if we can showcase to them everything we have to offer, I think it's going to be easy for us to bring artists back. When
do you envision to announce the next big act that is going to come to the stadium?
I was just told...
we could have breaking news on the podcast.
No, you're not going to get breaking news, but you're going to get, I think we have about 10 shows to announce in September. Wow. So generally speaking, in our industry, it gets a little quiet in the summer. Everyone hits the vacation button, or stadium tours are going on. But once the fall and winter hits, it gets a lot busier for us. I'm told we have around 10 shows to announce in September. So
that is awesome.
Hopefully a few really good ones in there for everybody. But again, when you open a building, you want to diversify your content. You want to touch everybody, whether it's a family show, a country show, a classic rock show, whatever it is. You want to touch as many of those as possible. So look for diversity in a lot of stuff, and then we're aiming for big every time, but let's get everything we can in here right now.
One of the cool new features of the new TD Coliseum is going to be Canadian chef Matty Matheson bringing the Iron Cow restaurant to this facility, which is not just going to be open on event nights; it's going to be open all the time.
Yep. Yeah, 365 for sure. It's a big piece. I mean, Matty being a part of the venue, Tim really, loved him, and we love him too. Being local, what he can offer in terms of the stardom and the face, and the venue is going to be a unique and key piece to what we're doing. And we're going to have some Matty's Patties in the concourse, some unique food items tied into that. But Matty's a huge fan of the area and a huge fan of the venue, and a great partner for us, and many more to come, hopefully.
We also need to staff this facility, and you're holding a job fair next week. What can you tell us?
Yeah, looking for all part-time positions. So whether that's ticket-taking, box office, ushers, operations, like you said, we're a huge operation. We got a lot of days to work, and we need a lot of people to do it. So they, at the end of the day, are the most important people to what we do, the guest satisfaction and bringing people in and keeping them happy. So bring your resume down. Come work for us. Come have some fun and put on some events.
How many people does it take to staff TD Coliseum?
Well, on a show day, you're anywhere, if you classify food and beverage and security, 250 to 350, almost 400, depending on how big the event is. Yeah, it's a major process to put an event on, and you need all hands on deck. So very pivotal pieces to everything we do.
Yeah. And here we are back to the economic impact. You're creating jobs for people in this community.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've done a great job bringing a lot of locals in on the full-time positions too. So we're going to have around 40 to 50 on our side full-time staff, and then food and beverage has a separate allocation as well. So by the time we're all said and done, maybe close to 80 to 100 jobs between the TD Coliseum, Hamilton Place, the theater, and the hall. Like it's a busy spot, and there's lots of jobs that come from this, like you said.
We can't talk about the downtown arena without mentioning a sports team, because it's been home to, I mentioned a few of them, whether it's the Bulldogs or the Toronto Rock, Hamilton Honey Badgers, and some other, junior hockey teams that were, came and went. Can you share any details about the game plan in terms of actual games being played at this venue?
I mean, the Rock has come back. Obviously, we're excited to have them back, and they're going to start their season in December. There's obviously some talk about hockey. It's a great arena. It's 18,000 seats. It's got a great market. There's been great success. So more to come on that. Anybody that wants to come play at the venue, whether it's sports or entertainment, we're interested in that conversation. And, if hockey's there, then we'll entertain that all day.
Right. And you have some runway here. It's not like it's going to happen in 3 months, right? Sports seasons are usually from fall to spring. So is the likelihood next fall, is that like a target you're looking at?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to focus on getting this venue open in November. And I think if a sports tenant is coming or a team is coming, it would definitely be something that would be a next season start if it were to happen. Mm-hmm.
Could you do more than 2 sports teams? So you have the Toronto Rock, you have maybe a hockey team. Can you do a third, or is that too much? Considering this venue is going to be primarily like concert driven.
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to put as many shows and events there. And when you put more teams in, you lose more dates, especially weekend dates. Obviously, those are gold to everybody in every industry, right? So, I think you want to, 2 is a good number. 3 might be pushing it. So I would say probably 2 is where you'd be at. I mean, unless it's that. I mean, that being said, if it's most teams kind of run in that fall to spring window, like if there's a spring through summer, maybe there's an opportunity for that too. I mean, I would say if it's in the same window, it would be tough. But if there's an opportunity for a team or a league that's in a separate window, then that makes sense too.
Yeah. When it comes to this renovation project, what is left to do? What's on the itemized list or the to-do list?
Well, I mean, finishings. Like we're so far ahead in some places, and everyone's comfortable with where we're at, but nothing's fully complete yet. So the suites and the premium areas are getting finished. Like I said, flooring was going down. Still glazing's going down in the venue. HVAC is, being worked on. We redid the whole rigging grid in the building, so we're finalizing that too, which is a huge component of bringing in major shows and events.
Right.
So, like I said, everyone is happy with where the schedule is. We're so happy we started it 3 weeks early on the event front. So, our guys are working hard, and we truly believe that we'll be ready to go.
Can you feel a buzz in the building? I mean, there's no fans there, but certainly there's workers, and you can kind of see it take shape. Do you feel that vibe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, now that we're under 100 days, and we kind of did a little kickoff last week with the ice cream truck and celebrating that, the countdown is on. Like, it's happening, and everyone's kind of in the last few days of summer, and, once the fall hits, like, you got 2.5 months, and we're ready to go. So, everyone's excited. The community's excited. I think with the announcement of Paul, that was a big kickoff, and if we're going to announce 8, 9, 10 more shows the next month, that's going to help exponentially as well. So, it's a big lead up.
Is the plan to open the facility with Sir Paul McCartney, or are you going to have a ribbon cutting or some kind of open house beforehand just to showcase what it's all about?
Yeah, I mean, we're finalizing plans on how we want to do that. The first concert in the venue will be Paul McCartney. Okay. That's what we talked to Paul about. That's what we agreed to, and that's what we all want. So Paul will kick off this building on the concert side. In the coming weeks, we'll finalize how we're doing an official grand opening and open houses and bringing the community in. Because as much as, it's about ticketed events, we want the community to come in and see what they have as well. Yeah. So we'll have plans in place to get those open houses and get people in the building. Was
being the first act at the TD Coliseum a draw for Paul? Did that really get him excited?
Yeah. I mean, artists always like that. It's always a great sales pitch. It's always a good piece. There's the good and the bad. I mean, there's some things where people have opened buildings like, oh my God, like the toilets don't work, and it turns into a nightmare.
Right, yeah.
But, with the relationship that we have and the trust that's there with Paul and his camp and from our leadership, he fully believes in everything that we're doing. So, to be the first act in a building that we believe is transformational in this country, Paul was in love with that idea.
There's going to be thousands thousands of fans packing into these concerts and future sporting events. What are you hearing from the local business community, especially downtown?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're excited. And again, skeptical is what I said before, because a lot of people have said there's going to be a lot of things that happen. But I think that we need to deliver on what we've promised, and bringing events and people will help them as well. So, let's get the events going. Let's get people in the businesses and restaurants and spending money. And I think that makes everybody happy. So once they see it, once they see what's done, again, no one's been in the venue. We've talked about it. We've sent photos. Once you can get in there and tangibly see it, and once we start announcing these shows and they're happening, people are going to see that benefit. And I think everyone will be happy. Thrilled, I hope.
It won't be too long. We think that the LRT is going to be rolling in downtown Hamilton. It's going to go obviously right past the arena. Was that something that you considered in terms of the potential for this facility, that you're going to have a major transportation system and even maybe more robust transportation system right beside this venue? Yeah,
I mean, the easier it is to get people to our events, the better it is for everybody. And that's a big component. Like Paul asked about transportation and how people are getting here. And you kind of look at sales patterns and trends from where tickets are purchased, and then we talk about how we're getting them there. So whether that's GO, whether that's LRT, whether that's parking, like these are all conversations we're having, and how can we make the guest experience of getting people from buying a ticket to the event as great as it can be for all of us. So definitely things we've thought about, definitely on the radar for planning processes and purposes. And the more ways we can get people, the better.
Where do you envision, or how big do you envision the fan catchment area to be? Golden Horseshoe and maybe Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, we'll touch on Buffalo for sure. Golden Horseshoe, like when we put McCartney on sale, we actually sold 30% of the tickets in the GTA too. So, I mean, a lot of that, in Mississauga, Burlington, Oakville, that area, but definitely downtown as well. So, and again, we didn't have a Toronto show, so that helps us. And same thing with Bocelli. So those, we'll see a decent number coming from that direction. But I would say Golden Horseshoe mostly, and we'll target Toronto as well too, especially when we don't have, or they don't have the show happening. Yeah.
What's the one thing you think people are really, it's going to be an eye opener for them, something that maybe they didn't expect, or it looks kind of cool?
I honestly think all of it, but I think like literally when they walk in and realize that there was an entire concourse that was hidden for 30 years that they're now walking on and saying, where the heck am I in this building? I think that one's going to be like, wow. I think when you walk into the bowl and you see the lower level suites that nobody else really has, like you have the bunker suites that are kind of behind in the bowl and you go hang out there and then you pop out to your seats. These are suites that are literally, you're in your suite and the glass is 10 feet in front of you. Like that's not something that you've seen. So I think people will visually see that and be like, wow. I think the clubs that are being built in the venue, when they walk the concourse and look in the bowl, they're going to be surprised. It's truly going to be a completely different building. I don't think you're going to see something and be like, oh yeah, that was there. Like maybe, but I think you'll be very surprised. Yeah.
The ground level suites, we've seen those in like baseball stadiums, right?
Yep.
Whether it's, behind the catcher or in the outfield, like where the bullpens are. To put this in an arena, a venue like this is a phenomenal idea, and I'm not sure why someone hasn't thought of it before, but this is going to be the first venue to have this sort of thing.
Yeah, it's I guess maybe we took a risk. I mean, and I think it's,
I think it's going to be phenomenal.
We always have these signature pieces that are part of our venues, and design and how we incorporate that into shows and events, and the architecture of it is a big piece of what we do. So I mean, it's going to be interesting because shows haven't seen it before too, and they're maybe going to be like, hey, I don't know, but I know we're excited to put it out there, and I think we'll figure it out. But I think it's going to be an awesome experience and something that no one else has had. And a unique piece to Hamilton, so really cool.
We know that this sort of design, whether it's a football stadium, a hockey arena, a concert venue of any sort, once something works, it gets copied.
It's a copycat world, for sure.
Do you expect other new or existing venues to say, wow, this is working at the TD Coliseum, we got to bring it to our place?
As long as it works, everyone will copycat it, right? I mean, I think it's a unique sales proposition. Like if it works, especially for, I think of hockey, like concerts are great. But I just think, hey, imagine being at a hockey game or a lacrosse game and you're literally on the glass, but in the suite, right? Yeah. So it's, I think it's amazing. Let's see how it works. I can't wait to see.
What is going to be the one thing that you look forward to? And not only on opening day, but I mean like years down the road as well.
One of the best things is, because I've started to build venues and then left projects and you kind of look back at it, is just to see where we started from and where we are. And again, I know people are always like, yeah, is this really going to change the game? And it is. It might not happen in year 1 or year 2, but if you look back in 10 years from now, no matter where we are in this world, I truly think that this venue and the investment and what we've done will be a catalyst and a game changer for Hamilton's downtown, and it will be the spur for development and growth and opportunities that come from it.
Once this is open and McCartney plays, Bocelli plays, other acts come in, they're going to spread the word too, right? Like they're going to be your, person who goes around and says, "Hey, you got to play this facility. It's awesome."
Yep. That's the plan. That's why everything's got to go perfectly. And, we have one opportunity to open this building.
So the pressure's on.
Pressure's on. And Paul wants things done right, and, he should. So we have to make sure we deliver on that. And the more we deliver on that, which I fully expect our team to do, the better it is for all of us. And, word of mouth in this industry is a small industry. There's only so many promoters and so many agents, and, usually the big ones are tied to a lot of the same ones. So, something bad isn't helpful. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen, and we need to put our best foot forward, and I truly believe we will. The venue's the starting point, and the staffing and how we operate it will be just as important.
Yeah, safe to say that a lot of people are looking forward to this, and I know a lot of business individuals and owners downtown especially are looking forward to this, and I think, the whole city is looking forward to this rejuvenated facility and getting in and watching hockey games or going to concerts. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for the time today, Nick.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And thank you for checking out the Newsmakers podcast, and a big thank you to the All-Star cast behind the scenes as well. If you like today's episode, click the thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave a comment as well. Catch the Newsmakers podcast on chch.com/podcasts and wherever you get your favorite podcasts.